Please tell me I'm not the only one to notice that amazing animation choreography in that fight between the, like, Earth General and Suwon. Please tell me I wasn't the only one to see that beautiful animation. Like, oh my god. That animation was insane. Like, holy shit. They put a lot of budget into that one scene. I know for a fact they did. That entire dust scene when you see the dust going around, and you see the Earth General looking around what to do, and all of a sudden you see him charging the freaking king. I'm like, dude, that is too damn good. Like, the animation in this episode, wow. Like, for it to not be a high action-packed episode, it was just like, oh my god. Like, that animation stood out. Like, I have to compliment that animation because the animation art style was on point. Like, that one moment when you see Suwon look back at the Earth General and you see his eyes shift and all that, oh my god, the animation, the art lines and all that, damn. So, Akatsuki no Yona, the animation of this episode, fuck, is too good. In this episode, we find out the true goal of Suwon. Suwon, his entire objective with these war games and, you know, sipping tea, going to the mine and stuff like that, was actually to set up the Earth Tribe to actually make more money. And at the end of the day, I kind of pegged it as such by the time of the end of the episode before the Earth General figured it out, because it was very strange how these, like, gems popped up, and then the mine and all that from last episode, and then the mine, you know, how supposedly these gems are starting to sell well, and then to the point where the tea, like, the king kept wanting to drink tea, and then eventually someone from, like, another empire wanted to have that tea and bring it to their, you know, country. So, Suwon set up, like, trade with other countries. That's what his overall objective was. And so he actually, in turn, made it to where the Earth Tribe makes more money. They have more money flowing into their capital. So this episode actually dabbled into politics. And I'm quite surprised to see that in Akatsuki no Yona, because even though this didn't go in deep with the politics like, you know, Spice and Wolf does, it was still rather impressive to see how Suwon was actually able to use politics to help out the Earth Tribe. And he was doing it behind the scenes. Like, the entire time, majority of us watchers and even the Earth Tribe, like the king of the Earth Tribe or the general or whatever, when he was watching the Suwon, he seemed like he was a rabbit, like he was a cowardly king, or he didn't care for fighting, like he was just a coward. That's pretty much as us, as the audience, was looking at Suwon. But we all technically knew better since we saw what he did in the first episode of the series, but still, I mean, he seemed like he was a coward, he didn't want to fight, and stuff like that. And eventually, when you had to where the Earth General was trying to peg him for what he really is, it started to make a lot more sense that he was just being a bumbling idiot to actually make the Earth General look better, for he can make money and inspire his people. And with this, you have it to where Suwon sets up something. With this setup of this episode, Suwon now has the General's respect, the Earth General's respect, and if they were to ever go to war, the Earth General will back Suwon. And also, Suwon showed some very interesting characteristics with this episode. He can inspire the Earth General's troops. And that is very, very hard to do. And as a king, to be able to do that, that's really good. That means he's actually being able to be a good king on the battlefield. So, it's kind of scary if you think about it. So, I wonder if this entire point right here is to actually foreshadow an upcoming fight in the future. Because, I mean, that's one of the main central points of this series. I mean, you have to where this entire empire doesn't want to have fights. And with Suwon now as the king, you know for a fact there most likely is going to be more fights. So, I'm willing to bet that this episode was foreshadowing the upcoming fights, or a future war going on with other countries, most likely. And Suwon also, with this, he's not that dumb. He is completely not dumb at all. He was manipulating this entire war game and this entire visit to the Earth Tribe to set up political relationships with other countries. That right there is intelligence. So, the episode, for the most part, at first glance, it's just a happy-go-lucky episode, seeing a fight, war games between, you know, the white army and the red army, and it was fun. It was a really enjoyable episode looking at that standpoint, but when you start diving in deep and looking at it, this episode feels like more of foreshadowing, or the calm before the storm, before something really bad hits the fan. So, tell me your thoughts. I mean, how do you feel about this episode of Akatsuki no Yona? I mean, it was incredibly shocking to see how this episode was handled, the animation art style along with the politics, and how Suwon was manipulating everybody. Tell me your thoughts. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.